What's up, you all? What's going on? How's it going? Hopefully, y'all are feeling good today. Let's see. Wanted to come on real quick. First off, announcement. Hopefully, y'all saw the conference. We got TD Jakes as the keynote speaker. So y'all want to make sure y'all check that out for certain. You can check that out by going to pathtoprosperityconference.com or click the link in my bio. So I wanted to make sure I got that out. And that's a big deal. So we just did an event in New York. It was in Brooklyn with myself, Ash Cash and Storm Leroy, and totally we blew it off, right? It was crazy, right? The knowledge that we gave out was so powerful that, quite frankly, even if this conference that we were doing were only me, Ash, and Storm, it would be completely worth it, because that's how great the information was. What's up, D? But we had to bring some special friends, of course. The crazy thing is, what we do is, like, in our mentorship, for example, yeah, we're generating a lot of revenue, but we're taking all of that revenue and reinvesting it back into the community, reinvesting it back into the people that we serve. And I think that's important, because we're recycling the money that we collected to create an even better experience. And as we go on, it's going to keep getting better and better and better, only because we want that experience to keep getting better. Because when we create a better experience for you, it's like the more we release, the more we're going to get on the other end. So that's what I'm talking about when I say recycle the money. Recycle the money means, how can you be in a position where you use the money and that money still ends up coming back to you, right? So instead of having a mindset where it's a scarcity mindset, like, I can't spend my money, I got to live a frugal lifestyle. What if you was in a position where you used the same dollar and that same dollar worked for you 5 times and you made money 5 times off the same dollar? What if you was in a position that anything that you spent, it came right back to you? Or what if you was in a position that anything that you spent, the money still even grew as if you never touched it? That's the definition of recycling the money that I'm talking about. Creating pregnant money, making your money have money babies, where you continue to have money, or you continue to have your money make money over and over and over again off the same dollar. But let me see if y'all with me, though. Let me know. Put some fireballs in the comments if you with me, if you paying attention, if you locked in to the information that I'm giving right now, because I'm about to go ahead and break that down. Yeah, share this out with 10 people, y'all. Share this out with 10 people and press done. What's up, Alo? Share this out with 10 people. What up, Greg? Yeah, Greg and Alo, if y'all can come on, just request to be on the video too. Yes, Dispo said, the golden goose is golden if it lays an egg. Money has to make more money. Perfect. So how can you create a golden, like my guy Dispo said, the golden goose is golden if it lays an egg. Money has to make more money. The problem is that you're using your foundation before your foundation has an opportunity to produce anything. So one of the first steps to financial management, of course, we want to get into a position where we're making more money than we're spending, right? So we don't want to be cheap. But the first thing is we want to focus on making more money. If you focus on saving all the time, you're going to attract a scarcity mindset. If we focus on making more money, then by default, we're going to end up spending less than we're making, because we're so focused on making more money. So we want to create a golden egg. So what is your what is your goose that lays a golden egg? Well, at first, before you built up assets, your goose is your job. If you're still working, your goose is the job. And you have to be in a position where your job is your first business partner. So you got to be in a position where that goose, as you get your paychecks, that you're putting it into assets so that you can create the golden egg. So the goose that lays the golden egg. So the first step is to use your job, if you're working, as the goose to create an even more powerful goose that continues to make money for you over and over and over and over and over again. Right? So what can that goose be? Well, that's when you choose your track. That's when you choose your skill set. That skill set could be, just an asset of real estate. That goose could be Airbnb properties that you don't own. So let's say you got an Airbnb and each Airbnb made you $2,000 a month. Your first job is to say, well, how do I replace the income? Either A, that I'm making on my job so that I can step away. And first you need to understand what your freedom score is. So let's say if I'm making $10,000 a month, I know that I need to make $10,000 a month passively to replace my job. So what if, for example, the job was $2,000? I see you, Rasu. What if it was a property that you or an Airbnb property that you generated $2,000 a piece? Okay, well that's $2,000, right? How many of those would you need to replace your job? You would need at least 5, maybe even 6 to take care of unnecessary, unexpected expenses. My fault. Can y'all hear me? My phone rang. I'm sorry. Let me know if you can hear me. All right. So now you want to get 2. Okay, good. So now we need 5 or 6 of those properties working in unison. Now we can step away from our job and focus on it full time and really scale that out. Or let's say that you're in a position where you already are making, some people are already making a lot of money, and it's going to be tough to just replace that income just right away from the job, just off of some small stuff. So I tell people is, okay, great. If you're making big money already, and let's say, for example, like me, I'll give you like me. I already have a business that's producing several million right now. So I'm in a different position than most people. I understand that. I understand I'm not the same. That's why it's important for me to go back and let people know where I came from so they don't feel like it's not possible for them. So right now, because I'm in a position where I'm already producing millions, it's going to be tough for me right away to go out and say I'm just going to be replacing millions, right? So then what I need to do is say, where can I allow my goose that lays the golden egg, which is my business, to continue to operate while I'm making money somewhere else that's not interrupting my workflow? Like, I don't need to put my money into anything that I'm going to have to work too hard for. I only need to put my money into places, freedom score. You're correct. I only need to put my money into places where it's making income for me passively without my time. So that's where a person like, multifamily real estate comes in. Rasul, I can dump a lump sum into multifamily real estate because then I can get equity in it. So I'm gonna give you an example. Let's talk about this last deal we just did. What's up, Sarah? What's up, Chelsea? Nice of you to join me. Rasul, it says you're unable to join, bro. Rasul, I'm gonna bring you on so we can talk about this one deal that me and you did together to kind of give an example how this goose kept laying a golden egg, how we was able to recycle the money and put that money into a place that it was actually able to produce more money in a short amount of time. So I'm trying to request you, Rasul, but it say you're not available. So if you are available, then request to be on the live real quick. And it might be something with my IG. Okay, cool. I got you a real quick example how one way that we was able to recycle the money. What's up, Mike? Hey, Mike, I need you, bro. Before you start talking, Rasul, what's up, Rasul? Let me say while we got a few people on here that
For sure.
Mike, I want you to reach out to me, bro. I need your help on something. We're doing a major conference in Florida, Hollywood, Florida, which is by Fort Lauderdale, not too far from Miami. Where we got like a big stage, man. We got TD Jakes as the keynote speaker, which is gonna be crazy. We got Grant Cardone. So we got TD Jakes, we got Grant Cardone. Of course, I'm speaking, which I'm about to blow the stage out. Just my speech alone, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be worth it, the price of admission. Then you got Storm Leroy, who I just went to a conference. We just did a conference together. Storm Leroy tore the stage up. Like, this is where, like, helping people to make money, this is what it's all about. This is what we all about. If you invest in this conference, not only will you get the experience, because some things can't be taught, they can only be caught. So you got to be in a room to experience it. But you're also going to get Ash Cash. You're also going to get Rasul's going to be on the panel again. So hopefully you're ready, bro. We got Greg, who's going to be on the panel talking about Airbnb. We got Dave Speed's going to be on the panel talking about Turo. We also got Keenan, Papi Chulu Dreaded speaking. We got Wall Street Trapper going to be in the building. Y'all know Trap said Wall Street looks like us now. We got Derek Harper that's going to be in the building. But we got so many people. You just got to, we don't even got everybody on the site yet. But the main purpose of this is not just to say wow you with the speakers that we got. Because this ain't a conference where it's not like a speaker fest where we just having people to come and we just speak. There is an
On Tamara, I see you.
All right. So there's an intention behind it. So what we talking about is what up, Rashad? Bro, you come to the conference, bro. You never know. We might put you on the spotlight. Come to the conference. All y'all can get to that conference by clicking the link on my bio. It's the first link, or you can go to path2prosperityconference.com, path2prosperityconference.com. So, Rasul, let's talk about this deal. How I had a little money, I had a little lump sum of money, and I wanted to produce some money without my time.
Yep.
So, me and Rasul, we do multifamily deals together. That's a whole nother story we'll tell a different time. But for this purpose of this, let's talk about how that deal went. You came to me and you said, hey, I put about $200,000 or something like that in this deal.
Yep.
So you said put $200,000 in this deal. Like, what was the arrangement? How did that work out?
So the arrangement was initially, let me back up a little bit, just so everybody knows. I do multifamily acquisitions. I primarily look for large apartment buildings, complexes, because I want to scale up my my real estate portfolio as fast as possible, as big as possible. The bigger that you go, the more money that you can apply and earn and learn. What's going on, Storm?
My brother, what's going on, man? Yeah, continue.
Yes, sir. So I found this 42-unit apartment building in Cleveland Heights in Ohio. Very high cash flow market. And I ran the numbers, analyzed it, and I was ecstatic because it takes hundreds of deals to find even one that works, especially in this market right now. Now it's even more. So when I finally found something that worked numbers-wise, I knew that my investors could be able to make an awesome, solid profit, passive returns. I reached out to Marvin. I reached out to a bunch of my other investors, raised $1 million in about a week, right? It goes fast. Whenever these deals come up, everybody wants to go ahead and put their money to work. If you, like Marvin said, you have that golden goose, that business that's already, you're in a position where you're pulling in, $100,000, $200,000 of disposable income on a regular basis, this is a good place for you to preserve that wealth and then have it grow and multiply while you're go ahead focus on your business. You leave it in the hands of me and my team, and we will run this multifamily business. So we only had it for about a year, right?
But
and then
what was the original goal, though?
The original goal was to hold on for it for 5 years, right? We're going to cash flow probably about 7% annualized. But by the time we sold it and cashed out refi, we'd be able to return a majority of that capital to the investors and hang on to it for the long term and just have it, cash flow a little bit less because you're taking all your money out, but you have zero money in the deal, and then you still cash flow a little bit, for as long as you own it for another 5-10 years, depending on the loan that you get after it. But what ended up happening anyways was the market just went crazy and the values went up. We bought it for $2 million. We got an unsolicited offer to sell it for $3 million a year and a month later. So when we were in Atlanta, I'm sorry?
Unsolicited. So essentially the goal was to hold on it for 5 years and sell it for $3 million or so.
Yep.
And a year later, 4 years, that's 4 years less than the goal, unsolicited offer to sell it, where we got strong equity out the deal, plus we were receiving a monthly cash flow the entire time.
Exactly. So they were getting quarterly distributions on their money. Every now and then, Marvin checks his account. I'm sure one of the many deposits that he sees, one of them is that Oakwood Gardens apartment deal that we had. And then when it came time to sell, this guy, and just so you guys know, there's levels to this, right? A $2 million apartment building is small potatoes. That's like buying a single family home as far as apartment goes. But in this case, there was another apartment owner.
Hold on, wait. You can't just breeze off over that. He spent a $2 million apartment is small potatoes. I want y'all to hear that. $2 million apartment is small potatoes is similar to buying like a single family home in that space.
I mean, Marvin owns a single family home for $2 million, right?
That's true. That's carry on.
But yeah, and as you grow and you scale, right? Like right now, I'm currently under contract on 2 deals. One is 241 units, one's 376 units, and they're both in Texas, and that's like $80 million worth of property, right? And then that's the beautiful thing about multifamily. It doesn't matter the size of it. As long as the numbers work, you bring all the investors together. So on a $2 million property, I was only able to help maybe 5 or 6 investors, including Marvin. But on these other large, like 600-unit portfolios, I can help like 400 investors. So now I'm being able to help a lot of people out there put their money to work and earn passive returns for them while they go along their business. They do what they do to earn their bread and do what they got to do. But I'm going to go ahead and help make sure that that money that they make is not getting lost, right? A lot of us are trained in consumerism and buying stuff and gear and chains and cars. The cars do give you access, but after that, right, the second and third car really don't do it, right? The first car will do it. But my whole point is when you make your money, you have to have a vehicle to preserve that money and grow that money passively. Because that's the name of the game, is grow your wealth and preserve it.
Back on Rasul. So essentially, this is we just talked about people who are building the money. They don't have the money.
Right.
It's a different situation where we talking now to the people who they got, they come to you and I got this $300,000. I got this money that I need to do something with. I built up my money and I made some money, but now I need to make money. But my business is doing so well that I don't have time.
Correct.
I don't have time to actually do the work. I don't have time to go out and check on properties. I just want to give my money and I want to make some money. So this is what I did. I put $200,000 in. I was getting a check every 3 months. A year and a couple months later, it sold for about a third.
50% more than we bought it for.
And what happens, I also had equity in the deal. So not only was I getting paid quarterly, but then I got like a $240,000 check at the end of a little over a year. So we talking about that's $40,000 just on the equity sale, not including the interest. You do the math on the interest, that's another at least $16,000 of interest that it made. So that's a total of 40 plus the 15. That's $55,000 for me not doing anything, not picking up the phone.
Well, we're not done, Marvin. But we have other distributions that we have to pay back to the investors too. So there's another deposit coming. Don't worry. There's another one coming.
Deposit coming?
Yeah, that wasn't all of it. No. We got to pay off our vendors, our property management company. We're going to settle the accounts, and then we're going to do one final deposit when all the accounts are settled. So that's not it. There's more coming.
Really?
Don't worry. Yes, sir.
How much am I getting?
The total return should be close to like 25-30% overall.
You said what?
The total return should be about 25-30% overall.
So 25,
So
30.
you might have like another 10 or 15,000 coming your way.
Woo.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about. And
He was happy with what he had already. I should have just kept it.
and I got a big, see, I didn't even know. I was happy with the 40,000. All right. So look, there is money to be made. But the thing is my goose in my situation is my business, right? I don't want to stop that business because as I keep producing in a business, I can let that goose lay a golden egg. Then I invest that money to create more money babies. Your goose could be your job. Like my guy Storm says, and I'm going to let him talk about it. Your job could be the goose that's your first business partner. So if you're working and you're not talking about the big numbers that we're talking about, Storm, you got to break down, man. How could a person use their job as their golden goose?
Hey, man, you find those things that work within your price range. I always say, act your wage. Act your wage. Don't sit around and say, I'm going to wait till I get a lot of money to start investing. No, take what you have now, invest in something that you can afford. I need you to act your wage and not wait. So that can be single family. That could be duplexes. Around the United States, we know that there's properties ranging from 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000. You know, like I started with my first property out of state just to get my feet wet was a $40,000 property at $230 a month mortgage. Once I learned that, but the key was I got into a space, got me a mentor to help me understand. And I knew that that $8,000 down payment changed my life. But I invested in what I could afford at the time. And once I start making more money, I start investing in more units, bigger units. And my thing is in my space, I don't buy anything past 4 units. I'm a 4-unit guy. And, that has changed my life to put me now where I can afford bigger toys and bigger things. But it started from a $400 a week job at Verizon.
Hit mute real quick, Greg. Okay, cool. Right on. Go ahead, Storm. My fault.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it started at a $400 a week job working at Verizon to now go up into the millions of dollar range where I'm happy to be at and happy to say that because I want to inspire everybody else who's saying, man, I only make $800 a week. I only make this much money a week. But what you also do is you get yourself a tax return check every year that you can't treat like a celebratory event and want to go splurging, take that and invest that and pour gasoline on your money and buy some more properties. Then we.
So what are you going to be teaching people at this conference, Storm? What are they going to get when they come to this from you? What are they going to get when they come to this Path to Prosperity conference?
Man, once you come to this event, you're going to get a lot of mindset. The first thing I need to do is adjust your mind so you don't feel like miserable about having a job, so you don't hate your job, so you don't hate the people, your circumference involving the word job. You know, for me, job is just really, some people say just over broke. I say job is just off balance. That's all it is. You're just off balance with your job. So with my job, with the word job, I want you to now look at it as I'm just off balance and I'm going to get you back on balance with what I'm going to teach you and what I'm going to show you, and stop thinking of it as just over broke. Because when you put that word broke into your space, into your mind, you never feel like you're going to make more because you're using words like broke, I won't have enough, never will have. But if you say you just off balance, that means you're working towards getting yourself on balance. So don't say just over broke or just obeying my boss. I hate that one too.
I never heard that one. That was interesting.
That's rough.
And the you've heard it before? And the crazy thing is I've you always obeying something anyway, right?
Right.
Even if you're an entrepreneur, You serving people. I'm obeying the universe to a certain extent to make money. You got to be the words that you're saying and the words that you're using. And I love how Storm. What I love about how you put that is you turned it around, man. So many people in the entrepreneur space, they started talking like that, ripping jobs, like making hardworking people feel like they less than because they working a job. You know what I mean? And you flipped it to say, no, appreciate your job. How can you see it different? How can you change the way that you view things? And instead of looking at your job as the enemy, how can you look at your job as a business partner that's going to help you to get to the place that you need to be so that you can go back and thank your job and say, without my job, I wouldn't have been in a position to put this aside to create the passive income that I have. And also because I treated my job with respect, now that I own my business, believe me, the way that you treat your job is the way your employees are going to treat you.
Yes, sir.
And you got to honor that job because that job is going to put you into a position where you create the assets that's going to allow you to be your own boss and be your own entrepreneur and eventually become your own bank.
100%, bro. I used to always, you can't give people the power to fire you, the ability to now use that power to actually fire you. Don't give them the power. Continue, Mark.
Give them the power. Rasul, coming back to you, then we're going to go to Greg. What are they going to learn from you when they come to the Path to Prosperity conference?
I'm going to talk about two things about that, Marvin. With multifamily investing, there's really two ways, kind of three ways, but really two ways you do it. You either do it actively the way I do, where that is your golden goose, right? I'm going ahead and doing the active work. I'm putting my time, energy, and effort into growing my multifamily business. But you can also do it passively. Like I said, if you've already established your golden goose and you already have your business, then you need to start putting your money somewhere. You do multifamily from a passive perspective, and then you just have your money growing, making money babies for you. You say pregnant money. I love when you say that, right? You talk about having that pregnant money out there going make more money, right? And as one of my other colleagues says, he uses his assets to buy more assets, which produces more cash flow to go buy more assets. I think people make the mistake that they get involved in one deal and they don't really take advantage of compounding on the passive side. They do one deal, they get the returns, like, oh, that was great, and then they're done. No, you take all the proceeds, everything you invested the first time. So now it's like you said, you invested 100,000. Oh, that 100,000 turns into 150 or 2 after like 3 or 5 years, right? And then you take 2,000, turn it to 4, 4 turns to 8, right? And then you get that multiplying effect, the compounding effect, by redoing over and over and over. That's the real goal whenever you're able to do that.
Oh, I love that, because what you just said, as far as, you using that money, taking some of that money that you made and reinvesting it into passive money or reinvesting it into another deal, always taking some of your money and reinvesting. We'll come back to this. I'm going to go to Greg first, but Storm talks about that in a way to use life insurance, right? On a bigger scale.
Let me do this real quick. I've actually got the owner of Disrupt Equity literally got the plane. What's up? This is Ferris. This is the Path of Prosperity group. 2 of the trifecta right here on the left.
How's it going, guys?
I'm good, man. So I know
you got to see where he's at. I was like, all right, should be here somewhere.
You got Rasul taking advantage of, we got a whole movement. We got about 115 people on here right now that are investors right now, entrepreneurs and people who using their job as a business partner, using that money from their job to create income. So give us a little bit of, give us a nugget about the multifamily space really quick.
The multifamily space, let me think. Nugget, it's definitely a good space to be in, but it's not a get-rich-quick space. I think a lot of people go in really thinking that. And I think it's just real estate as a whole, right? People tend to graduate from, houses, just as myself, to multifamily. And, yes, it's better, more numbers, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, I think, right? You work through it, you do build wealth, right? But you do build wealth over time, right? So it's a get-rich-slow game, but you do build wealth. You get rich slow over time. So it's something I highly recommend. And the other thing is get educated. Right? I think a lot of people try to hop in. They get enamored by the people that can really do social media well. And, people talk a lot of numbers and there's just a lot of smoke. So realize where the smoke is and just go get educated. Learn the numbers, learn the system. Go figure out, before you invest your money with somebody, right, go understand what they've actually done, what the deal looks like. And it's not to mean that somebody new, don't invest with somebody new, right? But just as an investor, know that, okay, this is their second project. This is their first project they've done themselves, and go in with that expectation, right? So take it slow, figure it out, get educated.
That's so great, man. And just for hope, how many doors have you all came across over your career? And I know you've sold a lot of them. You just
How many doors purchased? Oh, we've done, I don't know, about 4,000.
for 4,000 doors.
That we're kind of lead operator GP on. So
that's awesome, man. I appreciate you coming on for a second.
No, you bet, guys. Thanks for
We'll wrap it up.
All right.
All right. So I know Rasul has to wrap it up. He's up working on some deals.
Yes, sir. I'm in Tampa.
You will see Rasul as he's part of the Path to Prosperity family. You will see him at the Path to Prosperity Conference.com. Thing I love about real estate is you got so many ways to do it. Storm talks about out-of-state real estate, never having to see the property. Some of the smaller deals that you can start off on and work your way up if you wanted to do so. Got $40,000 deals with an $8,000 down payment where nobody has any excuse. You could come up with $8,000. Then you got then he talks about collaboration, and then you got collaboration in the multifamily space. But then you got the Airbnb space or the pure space, or where Greg comes in, where he shows you how to make income in other ways, utilizing somebody else's real estate or somebody else's leverage. So Greg, first off, I want you to talk about, this is all about recycling your money and what they're going to get in the conference when they come to the conference on October 20th through the 22nd from you.
Absolutely, man. First of all, can you hear me?
Yes, you good.
So, and I don't want people to get it mixed up. I love what all of you said, and Storm as well, as it relates to that. I mean, prior to me getting into the space I was in, I was working a multiple six-figure job that I didn't take advantage of while I was there. It wasn't until they walked me out the door 2 days before Christmas until I realized, that would never happen again. But looking back, hindsight, where would I have been if I had taken advantage of a 200, 300,000 plus job to grow and build my wealth during that time, right? And especially looking at where I am now and what I have done pretty much from ground zero. And so many of you take that for granted. So I would encourage you, do not take what you have currently for granted. And so my story, y'all, listen, I'm in the short-term rental industry, creative workspace. And I say that way because you can literally create a space that can create passive income for you. And so I teach the rental arbitrage route, which means you secure a long-term lease, and then you rent it out on a short-term basis, right? Anywhere from a day, hours, to 3-6 months at a time. When I got involved, I got my first unit. I probably invested somewhere between $20,000 now, and then again, I'll teach you all how a lot of that was not cash. I'm all about OPM and OPP, other people's money, other people's property. Right? Other people's money, other people's property. And so what I did was I had to make sure I had at least enough money to secure a first month rent and security deposit, and everything else was OPM. And I was able to start my first unit. And now we look up as we scaled that. Now you talk about recycling your money. That first unit, I knew I wasn't going to be rich, but I knew it was going to bring me in some income that I was not getting. And so it began to bring me in somewhere between $3 to $5K a month. Then I said, before I even got another one, how can I drill down into this to let this one create even more? And so what I begin to do is look at my occupancy rate and all of the other things that go into taking that one property and maximizing it, because I didn't want to spread myself too thin. When I got to the point where that one property was producing me about 10K a month, I said, all right, well, let's use this to get another. Again, I'm recycling the money. I'm putting the money back into the business. Now we're to a point where you're talking 4 or 5 properties in, you're producing about 100K a year. That now no longer money comes out of your pocket, but the asset and the cash flow you're making will start to again generate and produce. And as Marvin said, make money babies and more money B&Bs, right? You can get more properties. Meanwhile, if you guys see me, I'm driving. I own a construction company. So I'm driving to a project now on the construction site, but all of my short-term rentals are producing money for me. I don't want you to get confused with passive income. There has to be some activity involved. So I took the time up front to actively invest and mind my own business until the business began to mind me and take care of me. And so now when you look at, multiple 7, 8, 9 properties in, I can look back at that and say, you know what? Even now, that money is going back to reinvest in it because I understand the value of compound effort, compound cash flow, compound everything, where if I don't mess with it, it will continue to grow and take care of me. And so that's on the recycle side. So what are you going to get when you get out there? You're going to learn how to create a business with no experience, but not only create a business that is saleable, scalable, and investable. I'll say that again. I will teach you how to create a business with no experience that is saleable, scalable, and investable, which means at any point in time, you can scale it because you have your systems in place. At any point in time, you can take investors into the business. At any point in time, you can sell your portfolio. And I know you said, well, Greg, how can I sell what I don't own? You can sell the portfolio of cash flow. You don't have to sell the property. You sell the cash flow opportunity. So there are many ways that I can definitely, as we talk about this, we will teach you how in that one space, literally, I had a deal, Marvin, that I made money on as an arbitrage 3 times over. So one unit made me in 1 month over $40,000. People are like, well, how do you do that? Nobody can make that much. If you do it the way I show you how to compound it, how to make it investable, scalable, and saleable, you can definitely do that. And so those are the things they'll learn. Like, you're not just going to be a one-off Airbnb owner to say you have one. I want to show you how this can replace your income and now start to help you generate wealth. But initially, it'll give you an extra 2,000, 3,000 where you can take in and reinvest back into the system.
That's crazy. So y'all, hey, look, this is the game. No fluff in this conference, y'all. Path to Prosperity Conference. If you come here and you don't learn how to generate at least another 6 figures, then we fail you, or you just didn't come, or you just didn't show up. You came there for the wrong reasons. Everybody who comes to this conference, I can promise you this: if you come to this conference, when you come to this conference, and you sit through it, if you don't leave with another 6-figure idea, at least, some people 7, some people even 8. If you don't leave there with at least another 6-figure idea, then everything that we put into this was a failure. Nobody is going to walk through here and tell me they didn't get at least a 6-figure idea. Nobody's going to come to this and say they're not going to learn how to get the bag and make something happen for themselves. Nobody's not going to come out of here and feel like they're not inspired and ready to run through a brick wall and ready to change their life. If you need that reset on your life, you need to go to a premium conference. Yes, this isn't a $90 conference. I'm just going to tell you that. It's not a cheap conference because we want to attract people that's serious. We don't want a bunch of free people coming into the conference and taking up space for people who actually do want to grow and they're serious. All right. So the Path to Prosperity Conference, if you go to pathtoprosperityconference.com, you get into the room, or you can click the link on my bio and you can go ahead and register for the conference. We got 3 levels. We have the general session. If you're just getting started and you need to just sit in the room, that's only $497, y'all. However, if you come in there to Power Network, you come in there to get closer to the stage, closer to the action, and you want to experience a little more premium, we got Platinum, where you can take advantage of that. And if you really want to get into the experience where you say, I want to be where the main players are. I want to be where the real action is. I want to be around the people that's making money. I want to be around the people who want concierge service, who expect nothing but the best because they believe that they are the best. Then we got Diamond. Now with Diamond, it comes a couple extra bonuses that's thrown in there when you Diamond membership. Not only do you get access to front seating towards the front of the room, but you also going to get backstage access. You're going to get Diamond Lounge access with all the key players. You're also going to get Diamond access, concierge service to our Prosperity Ball, which is a black tie event. You also are going to get access to our yacht, which is only for Diamond members. So you want to take advantage of that? It's early bird pricing right now. Prices are about to go up, so you want to take advantage of that by going to pathtoprosperityconference.com. And I got another Path to Prosperity mentee here. This is Michael Barber. And Michael Barber, I want to let y'all know real estate is key. I have real estate. I love real estate. But that's not the only way that you can make money. I know personally, Michael, he makes money in several different ways, serial entrepreneur. One of those ways is with his photo booth business, but another one is his ATM business. So I want to talk about the ATM business really quick, because I know you're doing that and making money passively with the ATM business, and you just did an event about it. So can you talk to our people a little bit about how they can actually do what you do and make money in the ATM space?
One of the great things. Good morning. Good morning to the trifecta. Good morning, Greg. How you all doing?
Great.
Thanks for having me on. I will tell you that having an ATM business, having a photo booth business are just two of a myriad of ways that you can make extra money to start to build your wealth. With the ATM business, it's passive. It's something that, you know, I can set up in a store or a gas station or somewhere, and I may come fill it maybe once every 2 weeks or once a week, and it's literally making money off every dollar that people withdraw with the surcharges. And the thing is, I just remember them talking about, you know, it's not get rich quick. It's not get rich quick, but it's get rich slow. And as money builds, as money stacks, you're able to use that to invest into higher moving vehicles. And what I learned from Path to Prosperity is all the different vehicles that you can start to invest that money in, whether it be life insurance, whether it be Turo, whether it be arbitrage. I mean, so many different ways. And, you know, my head is just turning like, oh my God, there's so many ways that I can grow and multiply this money. Like, it's basically just up to me because the knowledge is there. And that's what I always like to tell anybody else that's interested in joining Path to Prosperity. It's on you to actually apply the knowledge that you're learning because they're not going to do it for you. You have to take that and actually use it and put in the work. And I'm telling you, I've been putting in the work. I actually just finished doing my daughter's hair, and I gotta take them to school in a little minute. But you know, I got 2 little toddlers, so this is kind of what I'm doing. I just finished making breakfast, and we're gonna be going out in just a little bit. But as soon as they get to school, I'm about to get to work. So the Path to Prosperity, I'm so excited for this conference. I'm so excited to see other like-minded people, be around like-minded people, and, you know, see what they do, tell them about what I do. The photo booth business is a huge business. I make over 6 figures in that business. Same with the ATM business. But again, you got to start somewhere. It starts small. It's not anything overnight. But if you stick with it, and Marvin says it all the time, you start with one, grow that to success, and then, you know, you start another stream. But, you know, you have to be focused on one thing at a time and make it happen. But I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited for the conference, and this is going to be amazing.
Awesome, man. Again, you can get the conference ticket. These are the type of premium people that's going to be in the space. You're going to do some premium networking, you all. Premium networking, not just with, I think we've hit a point where when we talk about networking in a space, we only talking about social media. And that's an issue because most people don't have 100,000 followers, right? So unless you have 100,000 followers, for many people, you're not making a lot of money right away in that space. And while it's great to build your following, because the more eyes you got, the better, it's better to position yourself that while you build that following, that you build your assets and you build your money at the same time, and that you build your business skills. I made millions of dollars before social media. Greg is making Money made $100,000 in a week. And Greg, and that's just in one of his businesses. And Greg, how many followers do you have right now on Instagram?
Like 1,200, man. Not
Like
much.
1,200 followers, right? So if you want something different, that even if you don't have a lot of followers, you still find a way to get the bag. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to see a trend that people listen in, they feel discouraged because they're like, oh, that sounds great, but I don't have a lot of followers to email, 30,000 people on my list. I don't have that. Well, even if you don't, we're going to show you how you can start from where you are and you can get the bag. But you got to sign up right now while the early bird pricing is still available. The sense of urgency is real, you all. Your life depends on it. Your kid's life depends on it, seriously.
Sure.
Because if we keep following this traditional financial system, we are going to be in a position that you will be broke. Guaranteed.
Right.
Social Security isn't promised. Pensions are not promised. People are not staying at their job long enough to even be vested, even if they do have pensions. 401ks are being, people are, emergencies are happening and people are even pulling off the money and paying taxes and penalties on the money that's in their 401ks. We can't rely on that. We got to make a difference. What were you about to say, Greg?
No, I was going to throw in there, like, I know people are watching this and they're saying, well, you guys, yeah, you made it work. You did this, you did that. But the only reason you hear us now is because we took the advantage of the opportunity. There's an opportunity cost too associated with not making a decision and moving. I look back at my initial $6,000 investment to get in the room that you put together. And that was a weekend, right? An intimate setting for the weekend. It wasn't a yacht. It wasn't VIP access. It wasn't access to, it was an opportunity for me to change the way I thought, right? For some of you, the first step is changing the way you think. And I heard Ola say this yesterday, your ideology will make you more money. How you see yourself and view yourself, that's what getting in the room does. When you change your environment, you change your desires. When you change your desires, you change your expectation. And so some of you right now, the opportunity cost of not making a decision will set you back. Imagine if the decision you made to make the investment was going to make you an additional 100K, and not only in a year, additional 100K in a month. You multiply it over 12 months, an additional 1.2 million. How much money would you have lost not to make the decision? Not even money, how much equity in terms of your skill set and growth in your mindset will you miss out on not to be in the room? And so for some of you, getting in this room, it won't increase your income, but it will definitely increase your capacity to learn and receive and see and be, right? Some of you are trying to be. Sometimes getting in these rooms will teach you don't have to try to be. You just need to be. And that being is something you have right in your possession that you don't even know. But there are people that can help you recognize what you always had. The worst thing to do is die with a treasure within your possession that can be used to not only create generational wealth for you and for your family. So I don't want you all to miss out. Don't look at what you don't have and where you're not right now. Look at this as an opportunity to literally shift the trajectory of your life in so many ways. I never, until a few years back, made a decision to invest in me. And that was the best decision I made in my life. I'm telling you, that was the best decision I made to go to my first paid and full event that Marvin had hosted. That right there opened my eyes. And I don't even think he knows currently the impact that has made in my life in order to, and it's not that I didn't have skills. It's not that I didn't have the wherewithal. I had all of those things. I just didn't know I could do it in the short amount of time. I was looking at this thing, stretching it out. He helped me condense time. And that's what getting in these rooms will do. It will help you realize that it's easy to make 100,000 in a week than it is a year. Because the time value to money, right? And so it's not that some of you already got what it takes. You just need that direction. You just need one little tweak, one thing that you can hear in the room, one conversation that will take that thing and shift it in your life. And so I say get in the room, because Marvin said this all the time. It's not what's taught, what's caught. And you can't catch it unless you're in proximity.
You cannot catch it unless you're in proximity. So do me a favor, you all. I need y'all, if this conference sound like it might be in your wheelhouse, something that you want to get involved with, October 20th to the 22nd in the Miami area. If this is something that you want to be involved with, do me a favor, and I need y'all to type in the word conference. Type in the word conference in the comments. Conference. I want everybody to type in the word conference. And then I need you to, once you do that, I need you to check your DM. And check your DM from me. And it's going to give you information about the conference, where you can see who the speakers are. You can see what the conference is about. You can see, you can keep watching it for updates. You know, to see, you know, when any kind of price increases happen or anything like that. You can be able to see that. You can be able to see who our keynotes are. By the way, we just talking knowledge right now. On a side note, our keynote speakers are TD Jakes and Grant Cardone. That's just on the side. And I say that, and that's not even what the conference is about. The conference is about learning. It's about growing your skill set. It's about being in the right room and growing who you are as a person, as an individual. And TD Jakes, even TD Jakes, even Grant Cardone, believe me, they coming on an assignment to assist us in the ability to get you to another level. So this ain't about, oh my God, I'm going to go see TD Jakes. I'm going to go see Grant Cardone. No, they're going to be on assignment to make sure that they are a part of the Path to Prosperity movement and helping you to get to that next level and grow your wealth and grow your finances. Right? It's about what we deserve as a people, and we deserve abundance. We deserve prosperity. We deserve all of this. So I don't want you to get enamored by the name. I want you to be enamored by the fact that you're about to get the bag, and you're about to change your life, and you're about to grow your assets, not just financially, but also spiritually, but also mindset wise, also relationship wise, also fitness wise, health wise. What's up, Mark? So I need all of y'all, if you haven't done so already, type in the word conference, and I need y'all to be a premium person. See, premium people, I tell people this, people who are not premium, they know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. People who are premium, they know the value of everything and the price of nothing. You see, if you're a premium person, you're not even, the price isn't even going to matter. When Greg came to that conference, that was a seed. He was already skilled. He was already making some money. But when he came to that conference, I said, Greg, you don't even know how much it costs yet. Like, it don't matter. Greg, you don't even know who's speaking. It don't matter. Because Greg didn't care about the price. He just knew that he needed something and that he wanted something and that he was ready to go to the next level. When I told him the investment, he was like, all right, done. No hesitation. And that seed that he planted in himself, both in time, energy, and financial resources, came back at least 100-fold. And it's going to keep coming back. Because once he became that, once he took the mindset of being that way, it's a lifestyle for him now. Greg is not missing the room if it's in his wheelhouse. He's going to be in the room because he knows the difference that a room can make in his life. Michael is somebody else that I saw. Michael came to his first room off of the mentorship he became involved with, and he came to a conference, and he came to, actually even before the conference, you was like, I'm getting into every room I could. I saw you in Detroit. I saw you in
every room I could get in.
I saw you. I'm seeing you in every single room because Michael was serious about his success, and the price wasn't even a factor for him. He was like, that's a good deal. I'm in. So go ahead, Michael.
No, I knew that something had to change. I'm working way more. I'm doing well. And at the level I'm at, there's many people that want to get to my level, so I don't begrudge my level. I love where I'm at. I'm grateful where I'm at. But I know that I have so much higher goals that I want to achieve. And I know that it takes a different mindset to get to those levels.
Absolutely.
And the only way that I can learn that mindset is learning from someone who's done it.
Is your
And so,
mindset shifting, Michael?
yes. And it's still shifting. Like it shifted to, what you all are currently thinking, and now it's still shifting and shaping me to just to move faster, to stop being as perfect, to take advantage of opportunities that are in front of me. And I mean, I'm just learning so much, and it's just it's so much that I plan to do. So that you guys,
So,
it's amazing.
so check
Like
out the conference, y'all.
this is what I want people to also to absorb this. Your body is the vehicle. Your mindset is the gas. What type of fuel are you putting in your body? All right. Your body is the vehicle. Mindset is the gas. Premium. That's what we want to put in it. Always focus on putting high grade, high value, premium fuel inside your body. If whatever you putting in there, negative gas, negative energy, talking about people, complaining about this, that's all fuel. Your mindset. Now, what kind of fuel is that you're supplying your body with? It's very important to remember whatever you're putting in your body mentally is how your body will perform, and it will work for you. So stay putting premium thoughts, premium places, premium people, premium relationships. Your body is the vehicle. Mindset is the gas.
Let's go. With that being said, Storm, how you always close us out? What we gonna say?
Always seek knowledge.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all have a blessed day. We will see you in October. PathToProsperityConference.com. Let's click on that link in the bio. Let's go to the next level. Talk to y'all soon.